Welcome back to Danganronpa 2. Goodbye Despair, everybody. I don't know why I gave it subtitle, but I did. I never usually do this. And by this, I mean I streamed this game earlier today, the day I'm recording this, and I'm going to be finishing it, Chapter 5 tonight. Very excited to be doing this. I'm ready to jump in. There's so many things happening, so many things that don't make sense. We've come up with so many different theories, and it's insane. It's insane just how interesting this is. So, because of how long Chapter 4 was, of course, I'm going to continue to cut out things where I can. Absolutely, I'm going to be doing that. But we're just going to jump in right now because who knows how long this is going to be. Chapter 5 is wild in Sugar Happy Havoc.
Now then, let's
who knows what's going to
begin
happen
with a
here.
simple explanation of the class trial. During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it. If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island.
Da-da.
Oh my, Monokuma? My cute little sister? You're awfully quiet. What's happened to you? You've ascended the ladder of adulthood and reached the moon? Because you're a rabbit?
She's gonna beat you.
Chesto!
Oh!
One more time!
There's something wrong.
Jeez! How about
My theory is that somebody's controlling Monami, right? Somebody else. Something is weird here. Why isn't Monami even
final blow?
moving or talking?
It's useless.
I'm scared. It's scaring
I
me.
feel bad for Monomi.
You're right. Now's not the time for me to horse around with Monami. The class trial has started, after all.
Yeah.
The victim this time is Nagito, who was attempting to reveal the traitor for everyone's sake. Who in the world killed him? I'm so curious.
If he was killed for trying to reveal the traitor, that traitor is obviously the killer. They were trying to shut Nagito up.
No, that might not be it.
Huh? Are you trying to protect the traitor? They didn't call out when we were in danger. Wait. Don't tell me you're the traitor.
Don't say something so stupid. There's no way in hell I'm the traitor.
Now that's more like it. Why don't you guys hurry and start arguing already?
Da-da. The traitor and the killer who murdered Nagito is here, right? What if it was Soda, though? What if it was? Now, bear with me, alright? I know I keep saying bear with me with all these, because some of them are wild, but I have to get bigger, alright? I can't be putting this entirely in the realm of reality and what is logical, alright? So, what if it is Soda, right? Let's think about that. Soda has the ability to connect things to electronics very well. So who's to say that he didn't rig it up to show those messages and everything? And because he's an engineering ultimate, rig the entire thing to kill Nagito when we went through it. Who's to say he wasn't it? I feel like I think that puts him at number one for me. It puts him at number one for me. Are they the same person? Or oh, we're jumping in already? Torture wounds, survival knife, duct tape, Monokuma plushies, Monokuma panels. Who knows? Oh, no, Monokuma's account.
The killer didn't tape Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
Oh, give me a sec. I forgot how to do this.
His body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
So that's why he was so beat up.
Oh, we're just jumping
What were
in.
they trying to find out by torturing him?
That's the question.
Definitely the bomb's hiding place. If so,
I don't
the
think
suspect
so, though.
is whoever found the bomb first.
That was Fuyuhiko.
Crap. No, it's not him.
I found it by coincidence. There's no way I'd torture someone.
I feel like he wouldn't. I feel like he wouldn't. Why did the killer have to torture Nagito? No. Were the wounds on Nagito's body really caused by torture in the first place?
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
Ah, let's do it.
So that's why he
That
was
wasn't
so
it.
beat up.
Oh no, I hit
What
the
were they
pink
trying to
thing.
find out?
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
Okay,
No, that's
I got it.
wrong.
I got it.
But Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape, so he wouldn't have been able to confess anything.
Yeah.
If he was being tortured for information, they wouldn't have taped his mouth like that.
I'm prepared.
Oh my god, I will cut you. This is too early for this
Just
crap.
realized it. It's a trap.
Trap?
Stupid Hajime. You got caught in that trap.
What trap? Stupid. I don't know. I feel like we're gonna stick with duct
Like you
tape.
said, if Nagito's mouth was taped shut, you obviously assume he couldn't talk, right? But that was the trap. He wanted to hide the fact that he got interrogated. I can't back down.
What do I do? Oh! Ah! Go, go, go! No, no, no! Stop him! Okay. Oh,
But if they
snap.
tape his mouth shut,
This is the clearest, this is the smoothest it's
how
gone
is he
ever.
supposed to answer anything?
Pay attention. This is how it went. First, the killer tortured
No,
Nagito
shut it.
and got information about Ben after
Shut
the
it down. Oh, I did it wrong.
Like you said, if Nagito's mouth was
I
taped
think
shut,
I might be like
obviously assume he couldn't talk, right? But that was the trap.
hitting the
He
wrong
wanted to
button or
hide the
something.
fact
Is it
that
triangle?
after they killed him,
It's triangle.
allow me to cut through those words.
Sorry.
No. There's no doubt Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape before he was beaten.
Yeah, because he breathed in.
What did you say?
Who cares about the duct tape? We might as well settle this with rock, paper, scissors.
We don't need to play a game. It's clear the duct tape was on his mouth before the torture even began.
Why do you always side with Hajime? Do you have a crush on him or something?
Are you in elementary school or something?
You were with us when I peeled the duct tape off Nagito's mouth, right? The blood
yeah?
on Nagito's face wasn't under the duct tape, remember?
This
The
feels
blood
like
on
a
his face came from
stretch
his arm
just to
wounds.
make the trial longer.
Which means the duct tape was on his face before his arms were even wounded.
And the duct tape had a lot of crinkles around his mouth. He must have been struggling to open his mouth under the duct tape.
Perhaps the duct tape was used so he wouldn't be able to scream. Then it's like I said at the beginning. The tape wasn't for torture. It was to keep his mouth shut.
However, if they wanted to seal his mouth, they did not need to hurt him with such ferocity.
He deserved it,
They probably had a deep grudge against Nagito.
as everyone should.
Then, are you saying the killer was trying to make him suffer?
If so,
Isn't that
friggin' crazy.
isn't that
Did
obvious?
they go psycho or something?
No, they didn't just go crazy. Whoever did this must be one crafty bastard. If not, they wouldn't have taken the time to set fire to the crime scene and destroy all the evidence.
Hmm? The warehouse fire was for destroying evidence?
We can't think of any other reason.
I think it was to hide so that
But
he
who
would
could have
die
done that?
and we'd be so distracted by the fire and the music that we couldn't hear or see it.
When the fire occurred, everyone in this room was gathered in front of the warehouse.
Yeah. And right after I opened the warehouse door, the flames started burning from the very back.
Which means, it is plausible to think that nobody here set the fire.
The killer isn't one of us. But that's not the case, huh? I mean, it's wishful thinking.
Even if it was only a coincidence, the timing was just too perfect.
Based on the pattern up until now, we should suspect that some kind of setup was used for this.
Some kind of setup? Like what?
I do not know that, but that has been the pattern before.
That's our Miss Sonia. You have such an amazingly high intellect. Alrighty then. Let's think about this based on what Miss Sonia thinks. Is
Damn right
Oopsie.
it is.
The reason for the fire, huh? They're right. We need to clear that up first. Yeah. I mean, there's so many open things here. I have no idea. Oh, the lighter. Right?
The direct cause of the fire was the oil lighter found at the crime scene, right?
The killer used some kind of setup.
Yeah,
He
they
lit
did.
the curtain on fire with the lighter.
Okay, it was too
kind of
obvious.
setup?
It's not this.
Did they use the oil as an improvised fuse?
They probably just threw the lighter.
Based on the shape of that oil lighter, it can stand upright while the flame is lit.
If they tipped over the lighter in some way, it could have ignited the curtain.
Okay.
Some way?
Maybe they used invisible thread.
I bet it's on that.
There should have been a way to tip it over with sound waves.
The burned rope.
Or perhaps opening the door caused intense wind pressure to tip over the lighter.
Oh, Monokuma Panels on that tipping it over thing. Right there. Heck yeah. I did it. I'm
I
proud.
also agree that opening the door
That was
is what
fast.
started
I
the
did that.
fire.
Just as I thought, it was the wind pressure. A dust devil blown here from glorious
No.
Japan.
No, not wind pressure. They probably used the Monokuma panels.
Oh.
A huge number of tipped-over Monokuma panels were found at the crime scene, right? It looked like they were scattered everywhere, but some were laying on top of each other in a single line. Just a single line leading from the warehouse door to the fire's origin.
Does that mean anything?
The killer probably arranged those Monokuma panels to create a domino effect.
Yeah.
A domino effect. You mean those tiles kids play with by lining them up and tipping them over?
In place of those tiles, the killer used the Monokuma panels. So when we
Makes
opened the
sense.
warehouse door, the first panel toppled into the second. And from there, they fell like dominoes until they reached the lighter at the end.
Wait, how did it burn the rope?
But wouldn't it be obvious that those big panels were falling over?
That's probably why they turned off the lights in the warehouse, so we wouldn't notice them.
So the reason the warehouse was dark was to hide the domino effect.
And one more thing. There was something else the killer did to hide the domino effect, right?
The killer did one other thing to hide it. Oh. No. 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 Ah. Well, that works. Okay. This one.
I see! You're talking about the MP3 player, right? That hymn blaring throughout the warehouse masked the sound of the falling panels.
Oh, okay. I thought it was mainly for the other thing, but I thought it still worked here. But whatever. The inside of the warehouse felt even darker because our eyes were still used to the bright sunlight outside. Within that darkness, a loud hymn blared throughout the warehouse at full volume. Hey, you guys hear something? Yeah, it's really loud. Does Nagito like listening to this depressing crap? No, I'm not talking about the music. And as if on cue, it suddenly started.
That's it. So the strange sound was actually the sound of the panels falling.
But those sounds weren't the only strange thing, right? Looking back on it, it was also strange when we opened the door to the warehouse.
It's fine, I'll open it slowly. No, that's not the problem. Seriously, it'll be fine. With those words, Akane brushed off everyone's warnings and slowly opened the door to the warehouse. Clatter, clatter, clatter. Huh? It's not opening. Is there something blocking the door? I can barely open it. I knew it! It's a trap! Seriously, just stop it, okay? Didn't I tell you it'd be fine? I gotta use a little more force. I think it was soda. What happened? I opened it slowly. Akane ignored their protest, and with a mighty kick, the door flew open.
Ah, so the door was being blocked by a Monokuma panel.
But it's too light,
And when
right?
we opened the door, the domino effect started, and the falling panels eventually reached the lighter.
Yeah, and that's how the warehouse caught on fire. At least,
Okay.
You don't look so sure.
at the time, Akane mentioned that she could barely open the door.
Because the panel was blocking it, right?
Yeah.
But the blocked doorway, There wasn't enough space for a person to fit through, right?
Is that a problem?
How'd the killer get out?
It's a major problem. I mean, that door was the only entrance to the warehouse.
Oh. Maybe he was in there the whole time then. Wait, no. If that door was the only entrance to the warehouse, I see. So the problem Shoki's talking about is, the killer couldn't have
I
left.
see! If the panel was so close to the door that it could barely be opened,
Oh.
the killer inside the warehouse wouldn't be able to leave, right?
Now that you mention it.
Does that mean they were hiding inside?
Who? We were all outside the warehouse, you know.
Based on the patterns up until now, I believe some kind of setup was used.
You don't have to think so hard. There's actually only one person who could have possibly done this.
Huh?
You don't mean...
No. 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 Are they saying Nagito killed himself? I know we joked around with the spear and stuff, but I don't know how. Wait. Huh. But if that's true, this murder...
Hajime? What do you mean?
Dot dot. The person who set up the domino effect inside the warehouse. There's only one person it could have been. Yep. What?
This is my answer. What if it was Nagito?
Why'd you bring him up? He's the victim, you know.
He wasn't just the victim. Maybe.
Huh?
Not just the victim.
But also the
What does
killer.
that mean?
He was the victim. And he was the perpetrator, too. Maybe.
But how
Are
would
you
he
saying
tie
this
him?
was a suicide? Don't be stupid. His body was covered in torture wounds. Or did you already forget?
There's so much force going through that knife, though.
Are you saying those were all self-inflicted?
The bare palm might have been him holding the knife and stabbing himself.
But Nagito might do something like that.
Absolutely, he's nuts. So
That's not the issue. He was tied up,
a side
remember?
of cheese.
Even for a creep like Nagito, it'd be impossible for him to tie up his own arms and legs.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, as long as you understand.
It seems we need to discuss how Nagito was able to tie himself up.
Need to discuss? That's not necessary at all. No matter how much you think about it, it's clearly impossible.
Like he said, it seems impossible if you think about it, but I feel like I'm overlooking something. Okay. What are we overlooking? The burned rope.
To actually tie up your own arms and legs. That's obviously impossible.
Tying just the legs is one thing, but tying both arms would be impossible.
But he had the burned
Couldn't do
rope.
much with the free arm.
It'd be impossible if you were by yourself.
How about if you use your teeth? Or if you use your front tail?
Your front tail.
Is that a dirty
Ah!
joke? Your own arms and legs.
I did it!
That's wrong.
Hold on a sec. Isn't that premise flawed?
What? I mean, it's no mistake that his arms and legs were...
No, it shouldn't have been both of his arms.
Yeah.
The rope on his right arm was completely burnt up. Based on that, you can't say he was tied up.
That was just burned by the fire. He should have been tied up before then.
It burned because of the fire. Like you said, it might look like that. But that was part of the trap. There's concrete evidence that proves it.
His clothes didn't burn. Yeah, his clothes, right?
I see.
Take a close look at his right sleeve. Even though the rope was burnt up, his sleeve wasn't burned at all. Wouldn't you agree? A burn like this, no matter how you think about it, is unnatural.
And his skin is fine too.
That rope was burned in advance so it would look like it was burned in the fire.
Then Nagito's right arm wasn't tied up, right? He was able to move it freely, right?
Yeah, that should be the case.
Hajime, that's awesome! I'll let you cop a feel if you want.
Oh my god.
Kane, you should not give it away for free. Make sure they pay you first.
That's definitely wrong.
Fine. I just gotta get a Benjamin from him before I let him touch me, right?
What is happening?
That's not what I meant. I'm talking about Nagito. I mean, even if his right hand wasn't tied up, the knife was still stabbed into it, you know?
It's impossible to stab a knife into your right hand with your right
Unless
hand.
that stuff really... No.
That much is obvious.
I was gonna say, unless he tied it up above, and then it like went down and stabbed him like, with gravity.
You tricked me! Give me back that Benjamin!
Now, not only did she try to charge me, now she wants the money back? What the heck?
Hold on. There should be a way.
Then hurry up and spill it.
If it's something lame, I'll make you give back the Benjamin with 10,000% interest.
A way to stab yourself in the right hand using only your right hand. Alright, there's definitely an answer for this. He holds the knife up with his legs and then slams his hand down. Torture wounds, burned rope, survival knife, plushie. The plushie!
Even if Nagito's right hand was free, how could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
If he threw the knife into the air and let the knife fall,
That's what I was
could he
thinking for a
stab
second.
his hand that way?
But it had to be down. It had to be something
Is
that
he
he
a
could
throwing
force
knife
it in.
expert?
Maybe he propped the knife somehow?
Aha! Ah,
Agree with that.
crap, I didn't let it finish. Sorry.
The life-size Monokuma plushie. He must have used that to prop the knife.
See how much better I am when I don't wait a year?
Makes sense. That's why there was a big hole in the plushie's stomach. He inserted the knife handle into that hole to prop it up. Then he slammed his hand onto it.
Yeah.
If that's it, he had to place the plushie near him. And it also explains the mysterious blood on the plushie.
Mm-hmm.
So the blood on the plushie came from Nagito after he stabbed the knife into his own right hand.
This is crazy.
I see.
This is nuts. I love
That's
it.
the trick.
But for a moment, I seriously thought Monokuma died or something. A bleeding plushie is super scary. It's got the same fear factor as a doll whose hair grows too long.
After stabbing his hand, he no longer needed the plushie, so he cast it off toward the fire's origin point.
He probably thought the fire would incinerate it and destroy the evidence.
So what do you think now, Fuyuhiko?
I get what you're saying about the wound on his right hand, but there's still one huge problem.
What?
The spear.
Oh, right.
Basically, you're saying Nagito committed suicide by impaling himself with a spear, right? If you think about the order, getting killed by the spear should have been the last thing to happen to Nagito. If that's true, how is that possible? He can't grab a spear with his right hand.
That was held
if
up
a knife is
above,
stabbed into
and
it,
thanks to the
and
weight-
his left hand was all tied up.
On it. They went down. I don't know how, but...
He probably took the spear first, and as he endured the pain, he stabbed the knife into his right hand.
There is a limit to his constitution. If you got penetrated by something so big and thick, you would die instantly.
I'm sorry, I didn't
Shut it,
know.
Soda! We all heard it.
Like I said, if you got penetrated by something so
What is
big
wrong
and
with
thick,
this
you would die
trial?
instantly.
Why is it all these kinds of jokes?
Say it one more time.
Stop it, Soda! You perv!
Hey, bastard, you better cut it out.
Yeah! Hit him, Fuyu! Hit him!
Like she said, in that condition, it's very difficult to stab yourself with a spear. It'd be hard to use a spear with a knife stab into your right hand while your left hand is tied up.
So you're saying it's impossible?
But
But no matter what I think, I can't believe Nagito's death was caused by someone else.
I also agree with that. To think that one of us could kill someone with such cruelty, I could never believe that.
I bet it's you. I don't think it's her.
Believe it?
I don't know. I think it might be leaning towards
just
Soda.
don't want to believe it, right? But that's why you keep getting betrayed over and over again, right? Same goes for this time, too.
You just shut your mouth. It's against
She
the
talked.
rules to interfere with everyone. If you even think about doing anything, I have a plan of my own.
Oh?
Monokuma's sassing me.
Yeah. Shape her up.
But it's just as Monokuma said. We've been betrayed over and over again so far. So this might also be the same. Calling this a suicide takes too much for granted, and it's too convenient.
Then are you saying there is a killer among us, Kazuichi?
Oh, snap. Was it Sonia?
Of course that doesn't include Miss Sonia and me.
Why not?
As Kazuichi said,
You're the most suspicious people of this group.
constantly betrayed. But even if I'm betrayed
was trying to
again,
Look
I
at
still want
Chiaki,
to
though.
believe in everyone.
Not for this murder, but just in general, like, very suspicious this season, this chapter. I miss Trigger Happy Havoc. I miss my crew. I miss the original crew.
No matter how many times I may be betrayed, I still want to believe in everyone.
I also want to believe that there's no killer, but suicide is unimaginable.
Do you really think so?
But you said it too. It'd be impossible for him to stab himself with a spear in his condition.
I did say difficult, but I never said impossible.
Huh?
I feel that there's some way he could have stabbed himself with that spear.
What kind of way?
He hung it up. He hung it up. Oh my god, even... He'd have time. The weight was holding it up. The reason there's a bare spot on that thing was because he was holding it up. And when he let go, the spear would fall. It had blood on it already because he used either his other hand or some blood splattered from his arm.
I don't know.
You don't know.
It's impossible to figure out by myself. So let's think about it together. That's how we made it this far up till now.
I don't trust you. What is wrong with you? She's like abnormally. I don't trust her. She's not acting like she's acted. I bet the imposter's taking over in Chiaki's body. Oh, and Chiaki's like tied up somewhere.
Everyone working together.
She's right. We made it through several ordeals up till now by doing that. Then, even now.
All right, let's do this.
What are we doing? Oh, more arguments. Wonderful. Wonderful. Alright, what are the options? Burned rope, survival knife, blood on left hand, duct tape, Monokuma plushie. The blood on the left hand.
How did Nagito stab himself with a spear? Let's work together and think this through.
When the spear stabbed Nagito, his right hand was covered by the knife, right?
Yeah.
He was only able to move his left hand.
But his left hand was also tied up.
Then that rules out his left hand.
No, it doesn't. He was gripping onto the
That's
weight.
the case, the only other way is...
He used his teeth?
Again, no.
Or maybe he used his front tail.
I swear to God. I swear to
You
God.
guys have tails that get hard when they're...
Stop! You're uncomfortable.
What are you saying?
A blushing Miss Sonia is freaking awesome!
No! If Nagito committed suicide, then he must have used a spear to stab himself. Even if his arms and legs are tied up, there's no doubt he used some part of his body. Only thing he could have used is...
How did Nagito stab him?
No! Yeah!
No, that's wrong!
I figured it out.
Hold on. It's still too early to dismiss the possibility that he used his left hand.
Why? I mean, his left hand was tied up, you know?
But there was something off about his left hand. The bloodstain on the palm of his hand. Don't you think it looked somewhat strange? He only had blood on the lower area of his palm. Beyond that point, the bloodstain suddenly cuts off, right?
When the blood splattered, that's as far as it reached, right?
That settles the description of that bloodstain, but it's not the only
there's one
unnatural
above.
bloodstain. Look, there's blood
Oh.
on the back of his hand, around the middle joints of his fingers.
Like you said, it looks like an unnatural bloodstain, but what's wrong with that?
We might need to think. and use
Nagito
our
would kill
imaginations
himself
for a
like
bit.
this.
If there's blood on his palm and the back of his hand, what was his left hand doing as the blood splattered?
It was gripping.
I see! When the blood splattered, he was probably gripping with his left hand. That's why there's such a strange-looking bloodstain on his palm and the back of his hand.
Was he grabbing his front tail?
Perish the thought! He was obviously grabbing the spear.
Now that you mention it, compared to the rest of his body, the wounds on his left arm are pretty mild. He probably made his wounds mild on purpose, so he could.
Oops.
But even if he held the spear with his tied-up left hand, it'd be impossible for him to stab himself.
That's right. That's the
Hey, Chiaki,
problem.
what do you think?
Ta-da. Ta-da.
Hey, don't tell me you're getting sleepy.
At times like this, you should always strike from a good angle, just like fixing an old TV.
Oh, I got it. Maybe.
Really?
Yeah, like I thought. It's no mistake that Nagito was gripping the spear, I think. However, what's important is what section of the spear he was gripping.
The cord.
I see! That's it. Instead of the handle, Nagito must have been holding on to the cord. There was a metal weight at the tip of the cord, but there were bloodstains on that part too. Plus, the joint between the weight and the cord had a bloodstain shaped like it was cut off by something.
His hand.
Isn't the size of that cutoff section about the same
Yo, I
size
called
as
this
a human
fight.
fist?
I remember talking about this.
Oh, you're right. So this is the part Nagito was gripping, huh? And then the blood that was supposed to end up here ended up getting on Nagito's left hand.
Mm-hmm.
But why is it so important to know which part of the spear he was gripping?
Because it was hanging above him.
You're not gonna say he gripped the tip of the cord, swung the spear around, and stabbed himself, right?
That is where the clue to solve this mystery resides. Right, Chiaki? I am sorry. Of course this mystery will not be solved that easily.
Nagito was gripping the cord, extending from the butt of the spear with his left hand. But from there, how would he stab himself in the stomach with the spear?
It seems we are stuck. Shall we have tea time?
At a time like this, how about we stick to the plan to think one step at a time instead of expecting the answers all
Yeah.
at once?
That's a long plan name.
One step at a time. What does that mean?
Let's focus on the spear
Are you
first.
dense? What is wrong with
Namely,
you?
where it was and how it was positioned just before it impaled Nagito.
How it was positioned.
Nagito was facing up, his stomach, and the spear was stabbed through his stomach. So if it's just before that, that's it. Could it be? The state of the spear, and the fact that Nagito was holding the tip of the cord attachment. If I put those together and think about it, I should be able to figure out where the spear was and what state it was in before it stabbed Nagito. Let's go. Logic dive! I like these. Oh, this looks fancy. This is very fancy. Alright. This time, no excuses this time. Ah! Okay, sorry, I'm figuring out my buttons. Question 1. Where was the spear? Above Nagito. Let's go! I ain't failing this one. I'm not failing this one! Ooh, that's new! That's new! Stop! No, keep it going. Oh! I thought I could make it! Besides the spear, what else was above him? Sprinklers. A ceiling girder. Wow, we're already on the right side both times. Look at that. I hope this was it. Yes, okay. Oh. I don't know, I had a sense of doubt for some reason. Is it? No, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Tried to juke me. Ooh. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. We got it. We got it. We got it. We cake. That's what it is. All right, next question, baby. What item connects both the spear and the girder? The rope in the right hand, the spear's cord. Yeah, let's go. I hope this is it. And I didn't, like, misunderstand. Yes! Is that on it? I thought there was only 3. Oh, heck yeah!
It's all coming together.
How you do it. That's how you do it.
The spear impaled Nagito as he was laying face up. It must have been perpendicular to him just before that.
Perpendicular? In the middle of the air?
If Nagito did that all by himself, did he have some sort of ESP?
I should have seen the suicide stuff coming. I'm
That'd
mad at
awesome,
myself
but
because I was expecting it. I was
probably use
expecting
the
it,
ceiling
but then I
girder
went
directly
against it
above
my mind. I'm like, no, they're not going to fully do that. They're not going to do it again. Ah.
Nagito probably slung the cord over the ceiling girder, and using that as a support. He hoisted the spear directly above him. And if Nagito let go of the cord, the spear would have fallen and impaled him while he was laying face up.
Which explains how the blood got up there, because it whipped around.
I noticed a slight red streak on the ceiling girder. It probably got smeared there during the setup.
The blood on the cord probably rubbed off on the ceiling girder as the spear was falling. So, how about it? Using this method, Nagito could have impaled himself with the spear.
Are you serious? He really committed suicide? Like that?
There's a problem. We're not even at the intermission yet.
He
What kind of twist is coming?
probably chose that spear so he could commit suicide like that. If someone else did this, there's no reason they'd go to all this trouble just to kill someone with a spear.
I agree. When I was investigating this case, I kept thinking over and over how strange it was. Why did the killer use the knife and the spear so differently?
So you're saying he needed to use that spear to pull off his trick?
Mm-hmm.
Then, this is for real? He really committed suicide? Every single wound on his body. That was all him?
Not just that, he did all that while he was gripping the spear?
This is too easy.
That spear should not have stabbed Nagito until the very end. Which means Nagito wounded himself while he was gripping that spear, right?
Did he put the duct tape on his mouth too?
He probably covered his own mouth so we wouldn't hear him screaming in pain.
Did he need to go that far? That's beyond crazy. Why would he do that to himself?
He was probably trying to get us to make a mistake. By committing a suicide that looked like a murder, he was trying to steer us toward the wrong
It's
answer.
too easy.
His goal was to get us all executed.
And that's why he stabbed himself over and over again?
Did he want us to die that bad?
That's messed up. That's seriously so messed up.
Yeah, that's our Nagito.
Jeez, and I was starting to feel a little sympathetic towards him. How stupid of me. I completely underestimated his capacity for malice. A mind-boggling malice that threatens us even after he's died. That's the form his malice took. I'd forgotten all about it until now. If he was here now, he'd probably be sneering at me.
However, there is one thing I still do not understand. He said he would reveal the traitor, right?
Right.
Whatever became of that?
He was probably planning to kill the traitor along with the rest of us.
So why did he not just do that in the first place?
Yeah.
If he had no qualms with killing everyone, he did not have to cause a bomb scare to reveal the traitor.
I bet the bomb scare was part of the strategy behind this trick. He made us split up and search for a bomb so none of us would have an alibi. He created a scenario where any of us could have killed him.
He tried to make us doubt each other and tried to hide the truth behind his suicide.
Did he cause a bomb scare for that reason alone?
He's a fucking bastard who killed himself for his delusions of grandeur. It's not that unthinkable.
I like that sentence. I like that sentence a lot.
You are right, I suppose.
Yeah, it appears we've come to a conclusion. Bastard Nagito committed suicide. It was all done by him so we'd be executed.
That should be okay, right?
There's something wrong. There's something very, very wrong here.
What? You're not satisfied yet?
No, I agree that Nagito killed himself, but I feel like there's something that
Yeah,
doesn't make sense.
Connie, you and I are on the same page here.
It's probably just my imagination.
What is wrong with this situation? What is wrong? Why, I mean, I sort of understand what she's talking about. I don't think it's a mistake to assume that Nagito committed suicide, but why do I feel so uneasy about it? The poison. Why? Why was there poison? Why was there gas masks? Where'd he get the fridge? Is it because we don't know who the traitor is,
what
or?
are you gonna do? Is it okay to proceed with the voting time?
What do you think, Akane?
Well, there's no doubt Nagito's death was a suicide. Oh well, I guess my gut is wrong sometimes.
No,
You are
we
right.
need to think this
It
through.
is not as though we can draw any other conclusion.
No,
Then
we need to look
it's
at
okay
everything.
to end it here, huh?
No,
That means
we
we're
need
done
to
with this
do
last class
something.
trial and we can leave this island, right? It's okay to reach such a happy ending, right?
Then it's okay? It's okay to say, you've decided on the killer? Understood. Then voting time.
No.
No.
Hold on a sec.
This is giving me vibes of, if anyone was around it, you can go back and watch it. Professor Shy Guy held a Animal Crossing Danganronpa event in 2019. It was wonderful, but this is giving me the vibes of it right now. So many people fell into so many of us fell into this easy answer of how it happened and stuff. It wasn't until we took a break that I was like, oh my god, wait, there's something else. And this is what it's giving me. It's giving me that what's the word, adrenaline of a last minute win.
Hold on. Why?
Sorry, just a little more. I want you guys to wait just a little more. I can't help but feel like there's still something we overlooked.
Like who the traitor is?
But the issue here is who killed Nagito, right? Even if we identify the traitor, the conclusion won't change.
That's true, but
The mystery isn't just about who the traitor is.
Huh?
No matter how you look at it, Nagito's death is a suicide. But I'm a little worried, you know? I'm worried about starting the voting time while there's still a mystery.
Yeah.
Hey, what do you mean it's not about who the traitor is? What kind of mystery is left?
There's just one thing that doesn't make sense, and it relates to Nagito's death.
Yeah.
Plus, it's something even Nagito couldn't influence. He couldn't even tamper with the evidence for it.
Something related to Nagito's death. It's something he couldn't have messed with.
You're gonna keep going? And here I thought we were finally finished.
Something related to Nagito's death. A piece of evidence. I think I did say it. The poison.
crap!
This isn't it. Chiaki's word. Oh crap, I'm wrong.
I see!
I did it. Okay. Time of death.
Is it about the Monokuma file?
Yeah, that's it.
Huh? There was something suspicious in the Monokuma file?
Yeah, 12 o'clock, right? The victim is Nagito Kamada. Kamada. Sorry, whatever. My body was discovered inside... The body was discovered inside the warehouse near the Monokuma plushie factory. The estimated time of death is believed to be noon sharp. Not only is there a spear stabbed in his stomach, there are multiple stab wounds in his thighs. Furthermore, there's a laceration in his left arm and a knife impaled through his right. The suspicious part of the Monokuma file that Chiaki is worried about is... What is it? What's hidden in the Monokuma file? Oh my god! K-I-L-L... I don't know! I don't know! Okay, I did it. Holy crap. Whew. So many letters.
In this particular case's Monokuma file, there's no specific cause of death.
That's true. Wait, yeah. Not only is there a spear stabbed in his stomach, there are multiple stab wounds on each of his thighs. Furthermore, there's a laceration on his left arm and knife impaled through his right hand.
Isn't that weird? Until now,
I didn't even think
files
about
only
that.
specified the cause of death.
But the cause of death is obvious, is it not?
We just assumed it
The
was.
spear in Nagito's stomach. It is obvious just by looking at it that it was a cause of death.
Just because it's the most gruesome doesn't mean it was the cause.
Maybe it's not included if it's not important enough to write about.
Well, Monokuma,
I plead the fifth!
There he goes again! I'm so appalled that I have nothing to say.
But even during Gundam's case, and before during Nikon's case, the thing he purposely omitted from the Monokuma file was always the most important mystery in the case.
Are you saying that applies this time too?
Hold on a sec. Then, are you saying there's more to Nagito's death?
Yeah.
Are you suggesting, again, that his death wasn't a suicide?
You guys were the ones who said it was a suicide in the first place.
No, I don't think it's a mistake to call Nagito's death a suicide, but it's not just a suicide.
Yeah.
Come to think of it, did Nagito really commit suicide just to get us all killed?
No, he didn't want us to die. He wanted us to proceed. He just wanted flair with it.
are you sticking up for him?
That's not what I meant. I mean it in a bad sense.
Bad sense?
I just remembered that his malice always defied our expectations, and that concerns me. For example, would that malice just end here?
Huh?
Did Nagito's malice drive him to risk his life for a truth we'd reach this easily? I mean, this is Nagito we're talking about, you know?
How interesting! You sure do believe in Nagito, huh? Because you believe in his malice, you continue to suspect his malice.
That's fair.
I see. I guess that's what passes for friendship these days.
What friendship?
What should we do, you guys? Should we proceed with the vote? I think we should keep going until everyone is satisfied.
I agree.
Even if it's just to be safe.
I agree.
You're right. We only get one chance to vote after all.
Just to be safe, huh? Guess I have no choice. If that's the case, I'll do my best to go along with it.
This is friggin' annoying. But if you guys say you're doing it, there's no way I'm gonna back out.
Hey, Monokuma, you heard us. The voting's gonna have to wait.
We've come this far. Let's work hard till the very end. If we work together, everything should be all right. That's what I believe.
Oh, splendid. You guys are so splendid right now. That's right. If all your hopes are united, no despair can shake you.
If all your hopes are united, no despair can shake you. Huh. Now I think about it, Nagito said the same thing. The absolute hope that can overcome any despair. He said he was yearning for that. Then this situation we're in might be the thing that Nagito wanted all along. But no, never mind. I'm probably overthinking. Oh, snap. Break time. Best music.
No.
Oh,
Well, if you think about it rationally, there's no way it's gonna happen. We haven't done this bit yet. Most of the players probably figured that out too. You're the only one who didn't know. Isn't that right, Monami? Hey, how much longer are you planning to sulk? Let's get along like we always do.
da-da, da-da, da-da.
Alright, you passed. Friendship is measured by how long you can stand in silence when you're all alone with someone. So, Monami and I are the bestest of best friends. Don't say such stupid things. Ha ha ha!
I hate you so much right now.
Enough! Why have to be hated that much?
Besides the fact you snap at me like that, I don't trust you at all. Not a teensy tiny 1mm bit.
How sad! Distrusting your friend is much more shameful than being betrayed by that friend you know.
We aren't even friends in the first place.
Then as your older brother, let me say this.
You're not even my brother.
It's sad to live a life without friendship. That's even sadder than watching a high school rom-com full of guys.
Well, there may be some demands for that. I fell for it. I totally took the man bait. I'm so bad. Oh my god. This was an episode. I'm still personally continuing on. Whatever. I have to sit here stuff, but you guys have to come back tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, comment, hit that like button because I love you all, you awesome people. I'll see you guys next time with the final part to Chapter 5. What's going to happen? I have no idea. Let's find out together. Yeah.